Check, this is I2K. Ngayon mga kaibigan, nandito naman tayo sa channel ni Banat PH Update TV. Dito naman tayo magbibigay ng reaksyon at komentary. Okay guys, simulan na natin. Let's go!
Ito ang nakakagulat. Trending ngayon sa mundo ng social media ang di umano'y balitang Finance Secretary Benjamin Diokno may maanghang na salita kay ABS-CBN reporter Karen Davila dahil di umano sa kanyang controversial statement na tila bayaran ng President na si Bongbong Marcos ng kanyang gobyerno ang mahigit sa 11 trillion pesos na utang ng Pilipinas. Pero bago ang lahat, mga kachika, kung hindi ka pa nakasubscribe sa channel na
yes mga kaibigan, kung hindi pa tayo nakasubscribe sa kanyang channel, mag-subscribe na po tayo para update po tayo lagi. At huwag nyo rin pong kalimutan mag-subscribe sa aking channel mga kaibigan. Maraming salamat. Game, tuloy natin mga kaibigan. Let's go!
Na ito, huwag mo nang patagalin yan. I-subscribe mo na yan at huwag mo rin kalimutang i-click ang notification bell para updated ka sa lahat ng bagong video na i-upload namin.
Yeah.
At yun na nga mga kachika, tila ipinamukha ni Benjamin Diokno kay Miss Karen Davila na limitado ang kaalaman nito at huwag ipilit pa ang kanyang mga nalalaman.
Tama.
Sa loob nga raw ng mahigit na 30 taon, nakita mismo ni Benjamin Diokno ang kaibahan ng mga gobyerno at ang mga pangulong na mahalas sa Malacanang. Inihan tulad nito na mas mabuti si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte at si Pangulong Bongbong Marcos na siyang parehas nakipagtulungan.
Sobrang layo kasi ng diferensya guys. Susumahin natin yung mga dating pangulo natin, mga dating pangulo natin na dilawan. Kung ikukumpara natin kay Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte at sa ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, diba? Napakalayo ng diferensya mga kaibigan, sa totoo lang. Buong sambayanan, buong Pilipino nagising na sa katotohanan at kasinungalingan ng mga dilawan.
Para hindi lamang bigyang lunas at bigyang kasagutan ang utang ng bansa, kundi mas bigyan pa ng maraming pangkabuhayan at oportunidad ang mas marami pang Pilipino. Tila wag raw ipilit mismo ng dilawang reporter na ang isa sa mga administrasyon ng
isa rin to sa bias naman, di ba? Bias na media. Karen. Magaling mong kanto, mamersonal, mga tanong, di ba? May halong insulto, ganun. Bias media.
Aquino ang siyang pinakamagaling. Kanilang nilinaw na wala sa kalingkingan ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte ang administrasyon.
Ulitin nga natin yun guys.
Dilawang reporter na ang isa sa mga administrasyon ng Aquino ang siyang pinakamagaling. Kanilang nilinaw na wala sa kalingkingan ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte ang administrasyon ng nagdaang mga dilaw.
Sobrang layo mga kaibigan. Susumain natin, di ba? Kahit magkasukatan pa ng karunungan at mga napatunayan. Dito pa tayo sa dati nating Pangulo na si Rodrigo Duterte, di ba? Napakalayo ng diferensya.
Dahil ang kanilang ginawa ay mas lalo pang nagbaon ng utang sa ating bansa. At dahil nga sa balitang ito, hindi naman mapigilan ng marami sa ating mga kababayan na magbigay ng kanilang hinaing at komento sa mundo ng social media. At ayon pa sa kanila, sana isyuhan ng personal non grata yang Karen Davila. Hanggang nandito pa. Karen, walang word of honor. Sabi, pag nanalo si His Excellency President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. ay mag-migrate ka. Hanggang nandito ka. Pag nag-migrate ka, isama Atom Araulio, Nicanor Reyes, lahat ng newscaster ng GMA, Channel 5 at ABS-CBN. Itong si Karen, walang kahihiyan talaga. Grabe itong babaeng to. Matalino to, kaso mukhang mas nanaigang pera ng dilawan para kumuda siya. Sayang ang talino ng babaeng to. O ano ngayon Karen, nasa na ang palabra di honor mo? Kung ayaw mong tuparin ang sinabi mo, matuto kang tumingin sa katotohanan at di yung pag-iit mo ng ligwak mong paniniwala. Sobrang taas
Ewan, di ba, no, nagbubulag-bulagan pa rin sila sa katotohanan sa mga nangyayari sa ating bansa. No? Tutusin, napakalaki ng pagbabago ginagawa nila. Di ba? Itong mga dilawan na to, kung ano naman pinagsasabi pa, no? Laging negative ang binabato nila sa ating Pangulo at sa dati nating Pangulo na si Rodrigo Duterte. Ewan ba ito mga to? Kaya dapat mas mainam siguro kung isa na talaga ang buong media, no? Mga bias media. Magsilayas tayo.
ang tingin sa sarili mo. Dapat ikaw na lang ang tumakbo noon instead of Lenny. Respeto lang. 31 milyong Pilipino ang nagdesisyon, meaning mas nakakalamang pa rin na nakakita ng tama. Let's make this country proud again. Akala ko nga wala na yan dito sa Pilipinas.
Oo nga.
Kasi sabi niya noon,
Wala rin pala Brad honor tong babaeng to, no? Di ba sabi niya aalis siya ng Pilipinas? Nanalo na yung Pangulo natin. Ano pang ginagawa niya sa Pilipinas? Kumukuda-kuda pa rin siya, no? Wala talaga, Karen. Uwian na, Karen.
pag Marcos na mamumuno ng Pinas, di na sila dito masaya manirahan. Kaya nakatikim din yan kay Ma'am Amy. Dati in one interview, sabi ni Ma'am, ay nandito ka pa pala. I thought that you are out in the Philippines during Marcos time. End quote.
16%. That's the, and then for the next 3 years, it will be increased to 7%, so from 5 to 7. And then yung NG share naman will decline to 14. Kasi ang ano ito is 21 eh. I think that's the contribution of government workers. And then years thereafter, the MUP share will be increased to 9. And then NG share to 12. Okay, so gradual yun.
Secretary, alam naman po natin na maraming na rin mga ganyang recommendations before. Pero ito po bang mga ganitong reforms, kailangan pang dumaan sa Kongreso?
Kailangan dumaan sa Kongreso. So, in-approve ni Presidente ito, and we will push this to Congress. And we are already talking to some people in Congress who will push this.
Okay. Yun po kasi nagiging problema before, kaya hindi po natutuloy yung...
Minsan nga hindi na nakakarating sa Kongreso. Dito na-stall pa lang sa administration pa lang. But the President is recognizing the need for this, no? Talagang ipupush niya. Okay.
Hindi po kaya maging ano ito, reason para yung mga military personnel natin, yung mga sundalo ay ma-demoralize or
hindi naman.
kumalma, mag-a-class?
Hindi naman. Kasi as you know, recently, noong 2018, dinoble yung sweldo nila eh. Di ba? So, and kaya nga gradual yung contribution nila from 5 to 7 to 9. Di ba? And so, I think naintindihan din nila that they have to, again, mag-cooperate with the rest of society. No? Otherwise, magbo-blow up talaga, magbabalon talaga yung deficit natin.
Okay. Heidi Sampang, FEBC.
Heidi.
Morning, sir. Doon lang po sa merger ng Land Bank at PDP,
Sure.
meron po bang mawawalan ng trabaho? At may estimate po ba tayo kung ilan ito at kung meron pong package na i-offer po sa kanila? Thank you, sir.
Definitely, may mawawalan. Okay? Kasi there's redundancy, no? And then marireduce yung number of branches. But there's usually a package naman, voluntary, and then they can choose to retire. Since they are government official, they can retire under GSIS, or we will offer an attractive package for those who will be separated. Okay?
May estimate tayo, sir?
Wala pa tayong estimate at the moment. Okay?
Sir, mga kailan po kaya yung parang full effectivity ng merger?
It's too early to say, but I would think before the end of the year. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Maurice Umali-Tima, GMA7.
Sir, just a follow-up on the merger. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this proposal has been approved in the previous administrations.
Yeah.
But for those administrations, it has not been implemented, and there are anxieties raised over this merger. So what made you finally make the president approve this, and what are the reasons exactly to be able to, or what are your responses to the anxieties that are being raised over this merger?
As you know, this merger has been approved during the time of Pinoy, okay? President Aquino. No, President Aquino, through the government, GCG, no? Through GCG, it was not implemented. It was taken up during Duterte's term. It was also not implemented. So, but given what's happening now in the globally, you have banks which are now being closed, right? For example, Credit Suisse. Who would have thought that Credit Suisse will go under? So there's really a strong need for solidifying the government bank. We're not saying that DBP or Land Bank are they have problems. Okay, yung sinasabi nga nung argument ng DBP, why fix if there's no problem? Hindi naman broken. We're not saying that the current system is broken, but as policymakers, we have to constantly seek better ways of doing things, no? Especially if we want to improve the performance of particular government agencies. So, yun lang naman. And this is also consistent with our right-sizing. No? That's the focus also of the president, right-sizing the bureaucracy. Because if we are able to do that successfully, then we'll have more money for really essential projects like healthcare, education for our people, and infrastructure. So, yan. Okay?
Sir, one last regarding naman the issue on the pension. Because you mentioned that it still has to go through the Congress, and in the past, talagang hindi rin umaabot halos sa Kongreso. So, meron po ba tayong ibang plano kung sakaling hindi na naman ito ma-approve? Because you mentioned a while ago na talagang malaking ikakalugi na kung hindi ito maipatupad pa.
I think President Marcos Jr. is in a best position to push through with this reform. As I mentioned, his predecessors simply kicked the can forward, right, without success. Why did I say that? Remember that he is, I think, the first president who was elected by a significant majority, right? 60%. Yung ibang presidente, they were only elected by 25% because of the number of candidates, di ba? So he really has this very strong support, and he's willing to spend his political capital for this because nakikita niya na pag hindi na ginawa to, there will be a fiscal collapse in the future. Secondly, Mr. Marcos also has very strong control of both houses of Congress. So it's going to be less problematic for him to push forward such a major reform. Okay.
Harley Valbuena, DZME.
Hi, good morning. Sir, the Congress already ratified the bill amending the fixed term of military officers. So if this bill becomes a law, do you believe, sir, that this will become a hindrance or a factor for the implementation of the military pension reform if this pushes through po, sir?
No, absolutely not. That's separate. That's a separate issue. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Alvin Baltazar, PBS.
Secretary, magandang umaga po. Secretary, doon sa mga mawawalan ng trabaho, doon sa merging, paano ba yung magiging proseso doon sa notification para doon sa mga hindi papalarin? At will you go over the records kung sino yung mga malapit na mag-retire para at least medyo magaang sa loob nila yung ano?
This, as in any merger, etc., there are some who will be affected, right? Or, for example, in any reorganization, there are people who will be affected, and that's why we provide a very liberal separation package. Okay, so they can use that, they can invest it, right, in new business if they want to, or they can live on it but we are doing this for the greater good, no? Kasi ayaw mo naman na to employ people who are not doing anything, right? And there are benefits for example, if there's branches that you need to collapse, why not collapse them, right? So there are efficiency gains to be made, and this will benefit the whole country.
Secretary, follow-up lang po. Sabi niyo po, i-implement yun before the end of the year. So, kailan po tayo magsisimulang magbigay ng notification?
I'd say that the merger will take effect before the end of the year, so meron naman transition period yan. No? So, I don't know when, no? Kung kailan sila magbibigay ng notification. Siguro, siguro mga X number of days after the merger is formalized, no? Then you'll be notified. Okay.
Okay, I believe that's the last question. Or do you still have time for more?
Sure.
Okay, one more. Chona Yu, Inquirer Radio.
Sir, in 2016, the President opposed the merger of DBP and Land Bank,
2016?
saying na
Who's that? Who's the president at that time?
President Marcos, he said na oppose siya dito kasi it will deprive farmers sa access sa agricultural bank. Why the sudden change
I don't, personally, I don't. Is that on
sa Senate po? Nasa
2016? Nag-change talaga yung ano niya kasi given, sabi ko nga, yung international developments, di ba? Big banks are folding, etc. Plus, no, he hasn't changed his mind since he was elected president. I know that he was for this proposal. Okay?
At yun na nga mga kachika, ano na ang iyong magiging reaksyon at komento patungkol sa balitang ito? Huwag kalimutang i-comment sa baba. Hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat po.
At yun nga po mga kaibigan, dito po nagtatapos ang ating reaction video dito sa channel ni Banat PH Update TV. Yeah, maraming salamat sa patuloy na pagsuporta. Muli ako po si I2K. Yeah, peace out.